Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this particular video, we are going to talk about the ion exchange chromatography. So from our previous video, we know that the separation of biomolecule are based on their physical and the chemical properties. But there exists some interaction due to which we can separate our biomolecules. So these are the charge, surface area, hydrophobicity and the affinity. So if a particular biomolecule such as protein, if having a particular amount of charge, whether it be a positive or a negative charge, in that case we can use the ion exchange chromatography. Also we can use the surface area because every biomolecule will be having a different kind of a surface area because of the different composition in it. So in that case we can use the gel filtration chromatography. Then there come the hydrophobicity. So a protein molecule having the excess of the non-polar amino acid or the hydrophobic amino acid, in that case we can use the hydrophobic interaction chromatography. Also there is the affinity chromatography in which some chemical molecule are having some kind of affinity towards the other chemical molecule, so we can exploit this property and we can use the affinity chromatography. So there are different kind of affinity chromatography which we will demonstrate in the upcoming videos. So now coming to the ion exchange chromatography. So what happened in ion exchange chromatography is the column which we use distribute the analyte as per the charge and their affinity towards the oppositely charged matrix. So the matrix which we use is charge 1 and the analyte or our molecule of interest get absorbed in the matrix. So the bound analyte or these molecule of interest are exchanged with the competitor counter ion and thus we get a molecule of interest. So these three lines actually explain the simple process of ion exchange chromatography. Know that you guys still don't know how ion exchange chromatography works. So here is a representation for you. So here is our column and here is our matrix which is charged. So in an ion exchange chromatography, our matrix is positively charged and here are our biomolecule. So it's the mixture of our biomolecules. So here the pink species is our molecule of interest which is having a negative charge. So we want to separate these kind of biomolecule from the rest of the biomolecule. Also there can be a neutral species, but for the simplicity sake I have only shown the positive and the negative biomolecule. So what we do in the next step is we take this biomolecule and run through this column. So our molecule of interest will get absorbed in the matrix and the rest of the biomolecule get eluted out. So we know that the our biomolecule of interest is absorbed in the matrix. So how do we elute these molecules? So what we do is we use the high affinity anion, so and we run into the column. So what these do is they displace the bound anion and thus how we get our molecule of our interest. So same is true for cation exchange chromatography, but the only difference is the here matrix is the negatively charged ion and what we want is the molecule of interest here is the positively charged ion. So we again run this column and our molecule of interest get absorbed in the matrix and the rest get eluted out. Then we use the high affinity ion, so which will displace our the bound ion and thus we get a molecule of interest. So here are some of the metrics which are generally used in the cation and the anion exchange chromatography, which are carboxymethyl, sulfur profile and sulfonate, which is usually in cation exchange chromatography. Then there are diethyl aminomethyl, quaternary aminomethyl, which are used in anion exchange chromatography. So why these are important is because in the GATE Excel 2021 biochemistry section, there was a question regarding the gel filtration chromatography matrix. So, but these are the some of the generally used matrix for the ion exchange chromatography. So I hope you liked the video and this video was informative to you. So if you have any suggestion, please comment, and I thank you for your patient listening and your attention.